In this video, I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about the new bareMinerals Bare Skin Pure Brightening Serum Foundation. I am so excited that bareMinerals finally is launching their new foundation, which is the Bare Skin Pure Brightening Serum Foundation. And this has so many amazing features and benefits about this foundation, and I didn't think that bareMinerals was ever going to come out with a liquid foundation. I have been working for bareMinerals for about November will be 5 years now if you guys haven't figured that out. So I didn't think that bareMinerals was going to be creating a liquid foundation ever. So it's just really exciting for them to finally come out with this amazing new product. I have been using it for about a month now, and it took me a while to get the hang of it, but I really do like how it feels on the skin, the coverage that I get, and just how lightweight it feels. It feels like super lightweight, like I'm totally in love with it. So in this video, I just wanted to share with you guys all the information that I know about bare skin and my personal experience with bare skin. So if you want to know how to apply bare skin, I will have a separate video, and I'll put a link at the end of this video on how you can see me apply bare skin. But in this video, I'm just going to be sharing all the main ingredients, everything I know about bare skin, and my personal experiences. So bare skin is really different from any other liquid foundation, and I have used plenty of liquid foundations out there. The first thing that I noticed is the texture of bare skin. It's super lightweight. It feels almost like a gel serum texture. When you put it on the skin, it feels almost like nothing. It's very, very lightweight. I do like how it goes on the skin. It's very creamy. It's very easy to blend. Because it is more of a liquid form consistency, I do recommend using a setting powder, and in my separate video you'll see how I apply it. But I still recommend a setting powder. A lot of people ask, because it is a serum foundation, do you still have to use a primer? My answer is yes, I believe you do have to use a primer. Just with any foundation, it just makes your foundation go on smoother, last longer, lock in moisture. It just helps the overall look and appearance of a foundation. A few things that I found interesting that this foundation does not have that you would normally see in other foundations is that there's no water, oil, silicone, there's no parabens, which is amazing, and there's no fragrance. I'm not a big fan of foundations that have like a scent or a fragrance. This one doesn't smell like anything. Another thing that's nice to know about this is that it's dermatologist tested, it's ophthalmologist tested. It's for any skin type or skin tone. There is a huge range of colors, so you can definitely find a shade that will match you. And it's also hypoallergenic. I know some people ask about that. And it's also, I don't know if I'm going to pronounce this right, non-comedogenic, something like that. So that's another fun fact for you guys to know too, in case you're wondering about like what's this foundation good for, who can wear it, anything like that. I'm so happy when it comes to bareMinerals creating this foundation. They have a huge range of colors that you can choose from. So there's 20 different colors, and I'm sure there's really a color that you can find. There's so many different undertones, so anyone can find a foundation for them. I definitely recommend getting shade matched, going to like a boutique and having someone shade match it for you, or you can literally go into a boutique or anywhere that sells it and just do 3 stripes on your cheek and see which color best disappears, and then that will be your foundation. But sometimes it's harder to see what foundation matches you when you're doing it yourself, so I definitely recommend someone matching it for you. Another thing when it comes to color is that for women who have a deeper, darker skin tone, there are so many shades for you, which I think is really amazing that they created more shades available so it can reach everyone when it comes to skin type, skin tone. So I think that's really amazing. I also like that there's like golden undertones, there's like the pink undertones, neutrals, there's like a little bit for everyone. Another really awesome thing about this foundation is that there's a lot of skin benefits to this foundation. So there is titanium dioxide, which is sunscreen. So there's SPF 20 in this foundation. Also, there is vitamin C, so it's a brightening serum foundation. So the vitamin C will help reduce the appearance of any dark spots, age spots, scars, anything like that. So it will help brighten the overall look of your skin. There's also antioxidant defense in this foundation too. So I'm just going to kind of go over how you apply and use this foundation. So this foundation, you just want to do, remember, shake, and then you're going to drop, and then you're going to buff. Those are the 3 steps that you want to remember when applying this foundation. So with this foundation, you want to remember to shake every single time you use it. Just make sure you're shaking it up really well because there's nothing in there, there's no binders or anything to keep the foundation together. There's only, I believe, 18 ingredients in this foundation, and because there's nothing to bind everything together, you do need to shake it up so the ingredients mix. Which is a plus because you don't want any of those like funky ingredients that are in foundation that are usually bad for the skin. So that's definitely a plus for the foundation. And then when it comes to coverage, which is really important, the coverage is very buildable and it's all up to you on how much coverage you want. So it just depends on how much product you use to give you the coverage that you want. I think one of my previous videos that I made, there was kind of confusion on how many drops you use. So let me just let you guys know, it's really up to you. It's all about how much coverage you want in the foundation. So each time you apply the foundation, you want to use 2 drops for every time that you use it. So for 1 to 2 drops, that's going to be sheer coverage. If you want medium coverage, you're going to use 3 to 4 drops. For full coverage, you're going to use 5 to 6 drops. So each time you're applying, start off with 2 and then build up 2 more and then 2 more after that if you want more coverage. So what tool do you use to apply the foundation? They did launch a brand new brush, which is this brush right here. It's the Perfecting Face Brush. And when I first saw this brush, I thought it was really odd looking because I've never seen a brush like this and I didn't understand how it would work. This brush is very dense, and as you can see, there's a little dip in the center of this brush. That's where you're putting the drops of the foundation. And I didn't think that when you're pressing it against your skin, the foundation was even going to touch or blend evenly. So I was totally hesitant on how I was going to use this brush. But after using it for quite a long time, this brush is amazing for this foundation. I definitely recommend investing in this brush when you're applying it because you will get the best results with this brush. And I don't know, I think the center is so dense, it just keeps the little drops that you put in the center right there doesn't absorb into the brush hairs. And it's really easy to kind of just buff the foundation everywhere. It just blends really smoothly and nicely. I believe this brush is $28, so it's not super expensive, but it will definitely be worth it in the end when you see how this brush will give flawless application. Another question is, can I use my fingers when applying this foundation? You definitely can use your fingers when applying it, so you would just make sure your hands are really clean and then you can kind of blend it all over. That's kind of if you want something really quick and fast, but I don't know, I never like using my hands, but it's kind of whatever you're used to or however you like to apply your foundation. But I still definitely recommend using a brush. So let's talk about my experience with this foundation. To start off, my foundation color is in Bare Nude, which is number 9. And I have been using this for about a month now, and it took me a while, like I said earlier, to figure out how to get the best results with this foundation. I do recommend using a primer, like I said before. The one I've been using is the new primer from bareMinerals, and this is the Prime Time BB Cream Primer, and it has a tint to it, so it's in color medium. So I just use a pump of that and then put my foundation on. You'll see in my separate video how I apply it. But one thing I recommend is using a setting powder, because I feel like sometimes if you don't use anything to set a liquid consistency foundation, the foundation tends to move around. So if you're oily, if you're dry, I still recommend using a setting powder just to lock in that foundation so it doesn't move throughout the day or transfer. The foundation lasts a really long time. I've never had a problem with having to reapply. Maybe just in my nose area. I think that's the one spot where it kind of moves around a little bit, so I might just have to set it with a little mineral veil later on the day. But besides that, for my whole face, it lasts throughout the day. I have no problem with it. So you can find this foundation pretty much anywhere. It officially launches May 1st, so you can find it at Sephora, Ulta, the bareMinerals website, and also boutiques. So it's really easy to find. Also, QVC will carry it too, but I don't think they have all the colors. I'm not really sure. You can purchase this for, I believe, $29, which isn't that expensive. If you look in the container, it looks really small, but it actually lasts an extremely long time. Little goes a long way. Like I said, I only use 3 drops for each side of my face. And the preview is actually tomorrow, so you can get a sneak peek, and you are able to purchase this foundation before the official launch. So starting tomorrow, which is Friday the 25th, you can find the BARESKIN foundation only in boutiques. So if you want it a little bit earlier, then go to a boutique and you can purchase it there. So that's just something really exciting, and I wanted to get my video out so you guys know everything about this foundation, just based on my personal experience, and I did do quite a bit of research too, so I can share with you guys the correct information. So anyway, that wraps up my video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope it wasn't too much talking, but there was a lot to kind of share with you guys. I will have a whole blog post with everything I talked about, and also a list of every single shade that's available, and that will include all the different undertones. So if you're kind of confused on what shade you should get, then you can go to my post on my website, ArielHope.com, and you can check that out and read more about this foundation. So thanks so much for watching. If you want to see how I applied this foundation, then you can click the link here, and there'll be a link below too. So that's it, and I'll see you guys in the next video.